So since I'm the paranormal version of Dr. Phil, a common thread in a lot of my readings is low self-esteem and the destruction that it causes in people's lives. Therefore, I wanted to create this video with advice for people on how to improve their self-esteem and also shed some light on how low self-esteem can negatively affect your life. Number one, relationships. I can't tell you how many times in readings the other side comes across and says, don't settle. This isn't good enough. We want more for you. And the person will argue with me and say, I'm happy though, it's fine. And 9 times out of 10, it is fine. But you're operating at this level, and the other side wants you operating at this level. They don't want you settling. They don't want you compromising in any way, because the angelic realm loves you. So they want you to live the best possible life you can. So they want you to maintain high expectations for how you're treated in a relationship. They want you to have those firm boundaries. Stand up for yourself because you're worth it. You're worth it. So you're going to accept and receive the love that you feel you deserve. So that's why they want you to keep your standards and expectations high of how you're treated, and know that you deserve the most amazing and wonderful love in existence that's out there. So don't shut yourself off energetically to the possibilities. Be open to receiving the love that the universe wants to give you. Number two, another concern that they have is no masochism. Now, a good example of this is I ran a marathon, so I'm no stranger to challenging myself physically. However, a friend was telling me about a race that he ran where they had little, things hanging down that shocked you. If you went in the wrong place or whatever, you would actually get shocked. Now, is that self-love? I don't think so. To challenge yourself physically is wonderful and fantastic. If you want to climb a mountain, for example, that's great. I understand that you could hit some rough terrain and that could be seen as masochistic all in itself. But when you're doing a race and they purposely have things meant to hurt you, that's masochism. So just check yourself. Make sure you're being kind to yourself during the physical challenge process. Okay, number three, this is the biggest one that I can really think of on the list. The critical inner voice that we all have, that voice of perfection that gets down on us for not getting enough done in a day, what we've accomplished, who we are, whatever. I want you guys to catch yourself, and this is going to take time and mental self-discipline. I want you to catch yourself every time you mentally start going there and beating yourself up, and immediately turn it into a compliment. Again, this takes practice, but once you master it, you don't have to do it anymore. It just becomes natural, and you just naturally calm that inner voice down. And another thing is, I want to suggest that you just always try to do your best, because we judge ourselves a lot on our accomplishments and what we got done that day. So I want you to go easy on yourself on the one hand, but on the other hand, I also want you to try to do your best, because you're going to beat yourself up less if you truly are applying yourself. Okay, now this is another biggie. I want you to have an attitude of gratitude. What is your overall attitude towards yourself? What's your attitude towards your life? Do you walk around feeling sorry for yourself with poor posture? Or are you standing up straight saying, I am so blessed. I am so incredibly grateful for everything I have. I'm so lucky. So when you come from that attitude of gratitude where life isn't something that happens to you, it happens for you, it's empowering. You're not a victim. So your whole attitude towards yourself and your life changes, and you start, again, feeling more empowered. Now, another thing that's really important is called priming. This is really taking advantage of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind accommodates for 80% of your thought process. Your conscious mind is only 20. So what I want you to do is write things on Post-it notes, affirmations like, I am bold, I have passion, I am a powerhouse, and hang them all above your desk or hang them all on your bathroom mirror, so that even if you just glance at it, even if you don't look at it consciously, you just glance at it, your subconscious mind just picked up that thought. And so it's cognitive reprogramming where you're training your brain for positive thinking and positive self-esteem. My friends would come over and see Post-it notes all over the walls. It was like Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind. And they were like, okay, freak. But I was going through a tough time at that point and desperately needed the priming. So I kept them up for a while, and it did help. It was a fantastic psychological conditioning there. Another thing that's going to be really important is for you to spoil yourself. Flowers, massages, whatever you want to do, I want you to treat yourself well. These were $15 at Bristol Farms. You're going to spend $15 on something stupid anyway, so you might as well spend it on something that's going to brighten up your home for a week. I love them, and they're pretty. Okay. What else do we have here? Sorry. Okay, I already said that you need to be energetically open to receiving love. Okay, now this is another biggie, the importance of self-love. And boy, did the other side pound this into me. Everybody looks for love outside themselves, when they should really be looking for love within. Believe it or not, you are fully capable of giving yourself love and healing yourself. So I encourage you to meditate on self-love. Google meditations on self-love. There'll be guided meditations that, guide your mind and imagery. It's going to take some time, and that's okay, but it's something that the other side made clear that they couldn't do for me, that I had to do it myself, and that I had to fall in love with myself and be proud of who I am and accept my wonderful and amazing self with all my imperfections, and just develop an overall view of myself that's positive. And it did take some time, but I eventually got there, and you will too. Okay, now another thing is that I want you guys to focus on Goodwill to all men. Now, I mentioned a Hawaiian Airlines flight in a previous video. I was driving home from Starbucks today, and sure enough, because I live right near LAX, this Hawaiian Airlines flight flew right over my car, and I just started laughing. And I said, all right, everybody, I know not all of you are going on vacation, but those of you that are, I'm sure, work hard and really, really deserve it. Have a wonderful time. Aloha. I hope it's, the vacation that you were expecting. So I wish them well, and it felt really good to wish a plane full of strangers well on their trip. So that's what I want you guys to release into the universe energetically is goodwill to all. Because it's just, love going around. What goes around comes around. You send love out, comes back to you. Law of attraction. Now another thing, lastly, that I want you guys to be aware of, what are your circumstances? Is your depression, anxiety, low self-esteem, whatever you're going through, is it circumstantial? Have you made yourself a square peg in a round hole and chosen a career that didn't fit you? Do you have a romantic partner that doesn't fit you? Is your low self-esteem circumstantial? I want you to look at everything under a microscope and really ask yourself, is this the life that I want? Because the other side wants so much for you that's what comes across in all of my readings, is the other side coming through with love and compassion and more concern for you than you have for yourself. So I encourage you to maintain those same high standards and boost that self-esteem through the roof. In the meantime, take care and be well. Thank you.